Well, welcome back to the shop, guys. We are working on the GT350 clone. I test fit my header on the passenger side, and it actually fits really well. It's super tight to the unibody of the shock tower area, but it's going to fit really nice, I think. The driver's side, I'm going to have to dink the header for the clearance at the Borgeson gearbox. The gearbox is like a 1/4 inch thicker in this area where the header tube goes. And you can see up in here that our header tube is right on that bad boy. I probably would still have to possibly dink it if I was the stock box in that spot. But you can see the clutch cable hits as well, so we'll have to get the clutch cable pulled off the header tube. But I actually think these headers might work in the Falcon. The 64 Falcon is a project I'm doing for a different customer, and I'm trying to have that one be a roller within the next month or two, rolling around on all fours. So the TCI Mustang 2 front suspension system that we're putting into that is quite an endeavor. A lot of grinding, cutting, welding, reinforcing, gusseting, plating. It's a lot, but anyway, I'm whittling away at that one. So these JBA headers actually install pretty easily from underneath. Basically, you pull the engine mount with the transmission installed, and you can kind of rotate the engine up a couple of inches. Like, I only have it up like an inch, and I'm able to fit the header in and out. But you can see my tube right here to here needs to be clearanced for the gearbox. I don't think I'm really hitting on this tube at all. Definitely need to give myself some extra space right here, because my header flange, basically my header is being pushed in, and my header flange is gapped at the top, so I don't have a good fitment with the engine sitting down in the bay where it needs to. So we're going to make some adjustments there. I think I have two different sets of headers for the Falcon, which I'm probably going to do. Well, I'm going to do the one that fits the best, but these JBA headers might be a solution if either of the two headers I have an original set of Flow Masters for that car with the V8, but I don't know if with the Mustang 2 those will hit something. And then I also have a set of Tri-Ys that were designed for that with the V8, so we'll see which ones fit the best, and that'll be hopefully coming here in the next few weeks. I'll have that all welded up. Let me get moving. I'll see if I can figure out a way to make this interesting, because header fitment's never really all that exciting. Neither is grinding and welding, but we'll try and make the best of it for you. Well, man, this chest cold is no joke. Header fitment's not horrible, but it's also not great. I've got two tubes hitting the box, so I think I'm going to have to fight it and pull the header back out. Let's pull it back apart. Yeah, it took a couple of tries. Header in, header out. Header in, header out. Make some adjustments. But we've got it now where it's actually hitting back here now on the park brake cable. So I'll have to reroute that somehow to make it work. because otherwise you end up with rattles. You don't want rattles. That's better. That one header tube could have been over about an inch from where it was built, but oh well. That's the world of headers. Let me jack up the passenger side. We'll put the passenger side header in. It fit pretty good. Shouldn't have any modifications to make there, and that is the easy side. Although neither side is the easy side on this car, but the passenger side is actually easier than the driver's side. Less things to work around. Then I can put in my starter. We can make my V-band clamp to pipe connectors. Trim that bolt. Okay, let's make another adjustment. Dang it, I gotta remove that one too. That wasn't in the directions.
You're on the home stretch.
Yeah,
It's off.
look at back here.
Listen, it's in.
It's in. Good thing it's not being built for performance.
Yeah.
It's pretty aggressive.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Can't have two things in the same space.
Gotta have space, gotta have room.
Your two options are beat the crap out of the steering box or squish the header a bit.
Yeah, relocate the header box. That's
That's not
for the
steering box. No.
This side, I fit the header in it initially, and I fit, but now with that header in there and it's sitting square in the saddles, I must have had it over that way a little bit because it fit before, but I had to trim the upper control arm bolt, and then the other upper control arm bolts hitting too. So
That's what I was wondering about when I was looking at it before, is whether or not I should clear those bolts with it.
yeah, they're tight. They're super tight. I cut that one about halfway off, and I'm going to do the same on the other.
You don't need all that extra bolt.
Not very exciting, but it is very time consuming. All right, well, it's tight, but it's in there. Those are 1 3/4 tubes. They are very tight, but they are clear. So we'll make some short zigs and zags with V-band clamp connectors, weld them in. That way our exhaust will fit up. Once our exhaust is done, I will move on to wiring, belts, steering, and cooling system. So I feel like I'm making some headway. I spent every bit of 5 hours fitting those headers today. And I had them in and out a couple times before that. The one in and out before that. I had that one in there before that as well. So quite a bit of time But that's headers. That's why this car's here. It needs exhaust work. That's all right. We'll get it sorted out. Probably gonna look into a one-wire alternator for it. We didn't have any alternator pulleys or alternator brackets on this when it came in, and I didn't find any in the car. So we'll probably move forward with pulleys and alternator bracket. We'll see where the power steering pump aligns with its brackets from the Borgeson kit. Get the rest of those components on the engine, and then we'll get our belts fitting the way they need to fit. So getting the headers fit was progress. That was a big part of it. So in the morning I'm going to come in, I'll make my connects and keep moving forward. We'll keep getting some parts put on this car so that hopefully we can fire this bad boy up, and probably won't be able to take it for a drive considering there's salt everywhere right now out there, but it's all right. The time will come, and this car will get the wheels run off of it this summer. It only takes one piece of the puzzle to break, and it takes out the whole thing. All right, so I got my V-band clamps and a couple S-bands. My welds don't look too bad. So I gotta get the angles in the back working a little better. I'll end up doing a down and a scarf cut that kind of matches the back panel. Once I figure that out, I feel like these need to go farther forward because they look like they're gonna have problems. That one is farther forward. It needs to rotate. Oh, yeah, somebody already tightened those down. That causes problems for getting them to go together correctly. Normally they come in and they go up at an angle. Not quite the same as what the shock is, but I guess we'll just loosen it up and see if we can make that better. But we're making headway. Headers fit, exhaust fits. We made it up. Next step's going to be pulleys, power steering, radiator, electrical, and finish our steering. So making headway, moving right along, getting things done. Got to get a couple more things sorted. Let me play with this exhaust a little, see if I can get it to fit a little better, because it doesn't fit great. Got better. Now we're not banging into our shock, and we should clear our axle on that side. This side's been tightened down, so it's going to make this a little more difficult because I really want to move this pipe farther forward. Oh, get this stuff out of my lungs. Oh. I guess we'll start by loosening this guy up and see if we can get it to fit better. And when I'm happy with it, I'll tack the tailpipes and the mid pipes into the mufflers. That way they don't come loose or have any issues. Good news is it appears somebody only tightened those down with a ratchet. And it's really hard to really get the clamp to crush the exhaust pipes together with just by hand. It really needs to be hammered down with an impact. So I think I might get lucky. That was a little farther than I needed to go. Oh, if I can get that out and expand that. That's looking promising. There's an axle in my way though. Oh, that's got a weird flat to it. Somebody did nefarious things to this. That's different. Let's cut about an inch off of that, and that'll give us a little more depth. Hopefully that'll make it better fit. A little bit of a crimp on the pipe, so we're going to use an expander. Of course, the axle's in our way. Yeah, fixed it. Grab a mallet. That's better. I like that better. Oh, of course now I can't rotate it. Pry bar. I think that'll do. Lock it down. Don't know where I set my wrench down. Oh, it's in my pocket. Right where I left it. Alright, so I got a little bit of angle. Got clearance off the axle. Clearance off the axle. I think we'll tack these guys down with a welder. Trim my tips. And we'll be done with the exhaust finally on this little guy. Moving on to bigger and better things. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, leave us a comment below. You guys have a great day. Stay safe out there. Get to work on your project. It's out there in the garage waiting for you to get to work on it.